Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another video on some news, movie news, whatever. Um, Not much on the news though, but like a couple days ago, I found something that was quite. I'll probably say interesting, but because on the topic of the film, but for a couple days ago, I saw uh, a piece of news that actor Daniel Kaluuya. Now, actor Daniel Kaluuya, he's mainly probably get best known for starring in the movie Get from 2017's Get Out. Now, first of all, I thought Daniel Kaluuya did a really good job as Chris in Get Out. I really enjoy Get Out. It was one of my favorite films of 2017, and Daniel Kaluuya, I thought he did a really good job in that film. And then he go and star in Black Panther, which I'm not a fan of though. But Daniel Kaluuya, his acting wasn't the problem. He was like the leader of, I forget his character's name, but he was like the leader of the border tribe, and of course to get that one of the things that nitpick about I thought was pretty silly with the rhinos, the armored rhinos, and he's riding on it. Just something straight out of like what Dino Riders. I thought it was a silly thing with the rhinos things, but yeah. But Daniel Kaluuya, his acting, he wasn't the problem in Black Panther. I thought he was fine. But what I heard about Daniel Kaluuya, he's gonna be working on another adaptation of a film based on a '90s show, a '90s basically a '90s kids show. He's gonna be producing. Now, well, what film may you ask? From the title of this, video. So Daniel Kaluuya, the star of Get Out, he's going to be producing a new live-action film adaptation from the '90s kids show Barney. Yes, see here, see my comforter here. Yeah, Barney the Barney the Dinosaur. So Daniel Kaluuya, the star of Get Out, he's going to be producing a live action, another live action version of Barney from the TV show Barney and Friends. So yeah, Barney the Purple Dinosaur. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was kind of funny, but now, okay, yeah, a while back, some years ago, I reviewed the first one from the first Barney's first movie from 1998, Barney's Great Adventure. Now, and I explained because Barney, as I explained a little bit before, I grew up watching when I was a little kid. I was about 3, 4 years old, 5 at most. I remember I was watching Barney at the time. Yes, I know critics hated it back even back then. Critics hated that show. Even the movie, yes, even the movie was panned by critics. It was a flop. It was nominated for Razzies, whatever. But when I was a little kid, I loved watching this show. Back when I was little, and I loved Barney the Dinosaur. And even when and I said, funny thing is though, when I was like about around that age, when I was about 3 or 2 years old, I think it was 2 or 3. I remember one of my birthdays at my one of my old houses. One of my old houses. Then I had my parents hired someone dressed as Barney the Dinosaur for me when I was like 2 or 3 years old. So yeah. Because back then, because I liked the show back then, that's why they did that. So yeah, back then when I was a little kid, I enjoyed Barney the Dinosaur. Yes, I did. Now, if I didn't love it when I was a kid, if I didn't know anything of the sort, I probably would not like that show nowadays. Now, in today's age, yes. I'll probably like Barney the Dinosaur because for the nostalgic when I was back when I was a kid. If it wasn't for that, then I would not like Barney at all. I wouldn't. But since then, But getting back to the topic at hand, the first movie I reviewed some years back, and I thought it was like more like a cute harmless. It was more like a cute harmless movie for me. Now, from a technical, now wasn't for that though. If it was for me, was not a fan of the, who was never seen the show or wasn't a fan of it, I wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't. But for that film, when I saw it back then I was a kid, it was a harmless, little fun film back then. When, but to me, I think in my review it was a harmless time waster movie for me, because like I say, I grew up watching when I was a little kid. So now. And for the show itself, it debuted in 1992, and it ended. I thought it was still continuing on today, but it turns out the show ended back in 2009. Yeah, so it ended in 2009. I thought it was still continuing on for some reason, but usually they're always how it is nowadays. They're always trying to continue running on everything. So, but yeah, but Daniel Kaluuya, he's producing a new Barney movie. Now, what I read up here, why his explanation, why he's producing this new Barney movie. In I quote, he says, because he says, Barney taught us, the song "I love you, you love me," right? Won't you say you love me too? That's one of the first songs I remember, and what happens when that isn't true, I thought it was really heartbreaking. I have no idea why, but it feels like it makes sense. It feels like there is something unexpected that can be potent but optimistic. Especially at this time now, I think that's really needed. So yeah, that's what he says. Now, part of me is like, okay, yeah, because part of that quote makes sense, because I understand, because as people already, as anyone even who's not familiar with the show Barney, one of the most iconic things about the show was the song playing at the end. I love you, you love me. If anyone's not a fan of the show, surely that song comes to mind about that show. And I do not, and of course when I was a kid, I enjoy that song too. Yes. I guess it feels like because he did grow up with that show, because he was born, Daniel Kaluuya was born in 1989, so he's 2 years older than me. Yeah, he's 2 years older than me, so he's in the way he's kind of like me, who grew up from that time when Barney was airing at that time. So that part I do understand. Maybe that's why he's producing, because he feels nostalgic. Probably feels nostalgic about the film, and plus the stuff that says going on right now. All we need right now is love right now, I guess. So, but yeah, like I said, part of me, okay, that's interested. See. Now, if a film like that gets made, will the critics like it? Probably not, because I'm sure they probably feel the same way about the first Barney movie that came out, because the first Barney film was panned by critics. It was a financial flop, and it was nominated for a few Razzies, including Worst New Star, aka Barney, as the star of the movie. So, will the film do well enough? Well, I'm sure obviously when it comes out, it'll probably maybe gross much higher box office than the first film did. But who knows? Maybe for the people like us, or nostalgia, maybe they'll make more. Who knows? So I'm just bringing it up because I was interested. Hey, okay, that's an unexpected thing. Okay, Daniel Kaluuya, the star of Get Out and Black Panther, he's gonna produce a new Barney movie, because probably what he said, for what he said. So part of me is like, yeah, because it's a film that's, well, the series ended in 2009. Do we need recuperate the Barney franchise again? Because especially the first film, when it came out, it flopped. So part of me is like, oh, so maybe I'm slightly interested, because like I said, for me, like I said, I grew up with, when I was a little kid, I loved the show growing up. So, but will I love the film as I did back then? No. But I just I do like it just for the fact that I grew up with the film, so I'm a little bit nostalgic to that. But like I said, the critics when that show first aired, critics hated it. You know, I mean, really, I like probably think really a talking purple dinosaur teaching little kids, you know, the basic things about education like 1, 2, 3 or other stuff and ABCs and all that. Probably the most catchy things I remember probably will say is the song, especially the theme song of the show and the song play at the end. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. Yeah. But yeah. So, yeah, part of me wants to because, you know, when I was a little kid, I loved it growing up when I was little, so maybe maybe I'll slightly interested because of nostalgia, for that little nostalgia. Like I said, to me, nowadays nostalgia is so overrated and so blown way out of proportions nowadays. Because especially the new films nowadays, that's all they're relying on. Especially when they're reviving back, you know, we're rebooting or reviving stuff from old franchise. That's what they're doing is nostalgia. And it's like, freaking what's coming up for my next Halloween review for Halloween month of Halloween 2018. You know, all these callbacks and nostalgia things for Halloween 2018. All this stuff coming back from all previous movies. Like that's an example. Oh yeah, remember this from the first Halloween, Halloween 2, and Halloween 4, and you know what I mean. It's okay. It's a stupid nostalgia. Like nostalgia is so way blown out of the water nowadays. Nostalgia is overrated. Sometimes it's time to let franchises end. It's okay to let franchises end. Don't keep on reviving it, you know, to sucker us in, you know. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does, because look at all the praise it gets, certain films gets, and box office wise, so. But yeah, I'm just bringing it up about this because, yeah, Daniel Kaluuya, he's producing a new Barney film, so we'll see on that, though. But yeah, the way thing I have this, reason why, you know, reason why I had this cover because I found it back stuck in the cabinet. So I feel like, hey, I was like, I had this cover growing up. So yeah, because those little things I had when I was a little kid that I liked growing up. So, and even the finale song is even on this blanket. You know, I love you, you love me. It really says right on the comforter right here. So yeah, but yeah, we'll see on that though. I'm sure I'm not alone on this because people like me who grew up watching Barney, maybe they'll feel a little nostalgic to this. Who knows? If anyone, please let me know in the comments are you okay with the new Barney film or not? Just let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next review for Halloween month. Later.